Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
Howdy, all. Welcome back to Where No Man Wants to Go Reviews, where we rip apart Starfleet Academy, because that's why we're here. That's why we're here. Let's say hi to the panel and dive right in. Hi, Brad. How you doing?
Pretty good, I guess. I mean, I got my walking today. 3.5 miles. Good for someone my age to do that. And suddenly realizing there's only one person on this panel who probably actually had a cosine.
Yeah,
Jed.
Only one.
What?
You had a cosine.
You had a cosine.
Had a cosine?
Yeah.
Did you get married like the last year or so? So you had a cosine.
I did. Yes, I did get married.
She didn't dump you to become queen of Florida, right? You're still together.
No, she's still with me. Yeah, we're almost at the year mark, so we're trying to beat at least last year. We're almost there, yeah. So we're trying to beat the year thing, but she hasn't dumped me to become queen of anything yet.
There's still hope, right?
Saying cosigner. My brain was not.
Yeah, we're all kind of catching up here. Yeah. We're all a little brain dead. Let's be honest. This show is killing us slowly, and other things are killing Jed slowly.
Disease, illness.
Is that my?
That's a transition. Hi, Jed.
Well, I just want to point out that yes, I was a tiny bit sick Thursday morning, but totally fine to do the episode. I woke up early, did the review, published it, and about an hour after I published it and was done for the day, I went full comatose. Like I the last 2 days, I've been running a fever on and off. Barely able to sun. Luckily, I'm doing fairly well today, but I might have to turn off my camera occasionally, like to blow my nose. But yeah, this episode, it took a toll on me quite physically. Luckily, I'm watching TNG right now. The episodes I got to watch for the season 5 finale, season 6 premiere, the 2-parter where they go back to the 1800s and meet Mark Twain. Great 2-parter. So I'm watching good Star Trek to make up for it. And Inner Light, I watched that again. I know I was talking to Adam about it. I remember like a year ago, people were talking about, I've been wanting to say this forever. Inner Light sucks. And I didn't have a clear enough idea on the episode to have an opinion on it at the time. But now that I've watched it, those people are insane. All right. Insane. Inner Light was amazing.
And it sets up foundation for other Picard stuff down the road.
Yeah,
the Fluke.
I love the character episodes like that, because I think that's where Star Trek has always done its best, in character episodes. Even if they're bottle episodes or they don't affect the overall franchise in any substantial way, they develop. Like my favorite episode of Star Trek, period, bar none, is Measure of Man in TNG season 2 with the Data, the court case about whether or not Data is human. That's just a character-driven one. And this
it's a drumhead.
And this show could never do a character-driven episode like that. They keep trying, but
tries repeatedly. And here's the problem: you need the characters. One, need to be good, and you need to give a damn. And you
guys don't care about Gaten?
No,
I don't care about the pacifist Klingon that these writers forgot he was pacifist for this episode.
Yeah, I came in there wielding that rock.
So incredibly strong out of nowhere.
Yeah, and that dude is missed every day in the gym, not just leg day. Hi Dermy, how are you?
Hi, you know what? I'm doing pretty damn well. I'm working on a thumbnail right now for Chatter Day, but I don't know what you guys are talking about. I think you guys are being pretty bigoted right now, mainly because I've also been watching Stargate. I finally got to Atlantis. And I'm having actually a hard time not watching Atlantis and finishing out Stargate, because I actually think Atlantis is a little bit better than Stargate.
Atlantis
in those last few seasons. Yeah, Atlantis I really don't like the last 3 seasons of Stargate, and Atlantis I think gets the edge. Seasons 1 through 5 of Stargate SG-1 versus Atlantis, SG-1 wins. But yeah, if you're comparing them side by side, like
7 seasons, 7 solid seasons, and then 8, and then
you might go all the way to 7.
As much as I like Ben Browder and Claudia Black, I just didn't think they really.
I love it all. I love it all. I think they, without ruining things for Jeremy because he's just getting there, I think with the shift in tone of threats and stuff like that, I think they managed it well.
I've been really enjoying the Wraith right now. I think they are a very fascinating race, and it makes it better because they are like alien vampire creatures, and I love it for some reason. Plus, they're terrifying. They're just there. You can't really fight back against them, and they're nonstop.
Well, we will, of course, at some point talk more about that, but we're not here to talk fun. We're here to talk Starfleet Academy.
We're here to be sad.
And I was going to ask, we're talking about Gaiden, pacifist, gay Klingon, whatever we were to call him. Dermy, you're catching up to this stuff. How do you like that he's just in that skirt now all the time? And skip it. You can see he's literally wearing skirt and stockings.
It is
they're leggings.
Shit.
Leggings?
No, they're stockings. They're stockings.
He's probably got a garter on there too. He's got a garter holding up under there, I bet.
There's nothing. It's just gay. And then I was listening to what you guys were saying last night about this. This episode's all about found family and choosing your family and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, what family do they have?
Well, that's Brad's take on what they're pushing on us.
And Adam had a similar take.
Yeah.
I don't see any family here. I see a bunch of gay people and annoying individuals that I want the Borg to come in just to kill them all.
Well, it's a reference to the episode Family, second episode, season 4, right after the Borg attacked and Picard became a Locutus, and then they rescued him from being a Locutus. That's the episode is called Family, and the analogy that I was talking about was 3 separate storylines with characters throughout, all dealing with different issues related to personal trauma, personal issues. That's what I thought they were trying to do with this episode. But I think Adam even pointed it out in his review that they had 3+ years to build up these characters. We don't have that. This is a fire hose of character development being shoved at us all in this one episode.
And I one of the things I looked at this episode, I mean, this episode is essentially Caleb and Genesis running around while Genesis lies to him to fulfill her own needs, and Caleb having intimacy issues. And then it's Gaiden and Fishboy almost being gay together on his home world where his fake marriage was going to happen. And here's what I brought up in mind, and I want you guys to walk with me on this one. As Brad just mentioned, I mentioned, he mentioned it, that in TNG season 4, after Best of Both Worlds, you had the fallout, trauma, this and that, of Picard being Locutus and all these things. And it's essentially right after, it's like a week or so later, and they're on Earth, and you get a Picard family thing. You get Worf and his foster parents, and you get Beverly and Wesley dealing with accepting and moving on from Jack Crusher's death. And that did it well, as Brad just said, because you had all those years of built up stories of these characters. You're connected. You care. This episode taking place after the events on the Miyazaki, it's been a month in world time.
And they all forget about the Miyazaki and the repercussions from it after the first 5 minutes.
Didn't I say that was going to happen? I predicted they would do it, and they did.
At first, they were all being a little bit depressed. They're like, yeah, it's been hard since that happened. And it's like, all right, we're going to deal with some repercussions. I didn't think it was going to be good, but at least there would be repercussions. Then they all got distracted and forgot about it. The only person who evolved over the course of the episode because of the Miyazaki thing and dealt with consequences was Sam not glitching out anymore, and that was solved off screen.
And she was literally glitching for a month, and they didn't do anything about it.
I just don't. You just shut down the. Well, we don't have an emitter. We don't understand how this character works.
How it works. Yeah.
She's literally, as far as I can tell at this point, she's just a being of light.
Yes.
Photonic,
which can somehow she's a being of light, yet again she can utilize digital access to whatever,
and she has an interface, a computer interface.
She requires a teleportation system to get from one area
A
to
matter
another.
transporter. Because remember, on Voyager, the Doctor gets transported through his mobile emitter.
Mm-hmm.
There's no matter of Sam to transport.
I wonder if they're kind of like pretending. I didn't see Tron Ares, but I wonder if that's kind of like what they're doing, because like the programs come out of the computers and into real life. Maybe that's where they got it from, because the Doctor's limitations were perfectly defined by the mobile emitter. In fact, he never left the med bay until he got the mobile emitter.
And that was a big deal. That was a big deal for him. I'm not confined to this room anymore or the holodeck, because I guess he could beam into the holodeck too.
Yeah, that's true. He went into the holodeck too.
Yeah, he could transfer the holodeck, but it doesn't. God, don't worry. We'll get to the portal in a second. We will get.
Someone saw my review.
The artificial wormhole. We're gonna get to that in a moment. Don't worry.
The Doctor Strange portal.
Yeah, the portal that breaks all kinds of Star Trek lore, and also
you caught the same thing I did.
Yeah. So it's the whole Sam problem here. Now I looked at this as, getting back to my point of this, is it takes place a month later, and when the episode opens, everybody whining, complaining. You have Caleb complaining to Captain Holly Hunter about Paul Giamatti having been in her presence. It's been a month, and you're still probably. It'd be one thing was a couple days later, but a month, and he's still complaining about it. It's as though I don't think they realized when they wrote this that it was a month later, and it somewhere along the line said, "Oh God, guys, this takes place a month after the events of Miyazaki." It's just
they have no sense of continuity, no scale, no distances.
I had
most of them are teleporting wherever they're going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. This is all World's Day, whatever the fuck that is.
I don't know.
I think it's Thanksgiving.
No, it's spring. They're in spring.
No, but he's talking equivalent holiday.
Yeah, I think it's an equivalent to. I
don't know.
Well, I think
it's
an
4 days.
To,
it's 4 days.
Fucking Thanksgiving, and the reason why I say that is you have what's her nuts say the only real good part about this holiday is that we eat.
But here's the thing: for a holiday, Brad was right. I wanted to talk about here how much time passes in this episode, because how long was, because clearly when Caleb decides to just be alone at campus, he was only there for the morning, because Genesis ditched her dad to come right back and start her little scheme to get the key to change her records. So the events at campus take place within an afternoon. And I'm not sure how long they're on Fish Matrimony World. Moon. I don't know. And those are
at least a day.
At least a day. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And then everybody's back like nothing happened. And none of this. One of our biggest criticisms of shows like this in this era of crap that we're dealing with across all franchises and all networks or streaming platforms, whatever, is the writers all have a complete lack of understanding about passage of time and how long it takes to do things and go places, this and that. And it becomes apparent they tried to have a shortcut with the artificial wormhole that fish people create. Brad, why is this such a problem? I think we're on the same page on this one.
Well, because it kind of defeats the whole idea of the burn and the issue with space travel. Because if you can create artificial wormholes and go from place to place to place, why do you need a starship? Why does God need a starship? We've seen this before, because I included in my video a little clip from the episode Contagion Season 2 TNG, where they were studying the Iconian portal system, which was, so there is precedent for it. It's an ancient race. They found evidence of it. It's like, oh my God, the Iconians have this portal system. That's how they're able to travel so far and conquer so much.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Koinonians should be doing the same thing. The Romulans should have been doing the same thing with the singularity drives. I mean, it doesn't.
Oh, but there are no Romulans anymore.
Well, technically there still are, but they're all part of they all live on the planet Navarre. So Romulus is gone and Vulcan is gone. They found a place called Navarre. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, what's the purpose of it? The thing that they miss with this show and all Kurtzman Trek is they forget the world that's been built. That's why I'm just going to call Berman era Trek, Roddenberry Berman era Trek. Once they actually got a Bible down of events and everything, they tried to be consistent throughout all the series.
Very rarely did they forget shit. We could talk about what
hey, they didn't forget one thing.
What?
Fucking what's his nuts died. The Klingon. They do reference that he died.
No, you mean the Vulcan.
Yes, that's what
I mean. War College Vulcan. Yeah, they
they
Bobby
mentioned
died,
it a couple.
and they're acting
times.
more like Bobby's death was more impactful than.
Well, again, these are active characters, and real quick, yes, Fargate. I have played it. I've played it, streamed it twice on the channel here, on my channel over here. It's still up and available. 9 hours of gameplay. You can check that out. We will be playing it after this stream. Once we're done here and I have a chance to dinner, we're going in for day 3. So yes, and I'm loving it. It's a lot of fun. I'm loving every second of it. Anyway, so yeah, they're pretending that War College Vulcan actually meant something to everybody.
It's not like they didn't hate him or anything like that.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. His death is pointless because we don't care about him. He was an antagonist for the entire season up until suddenly, we're bros now.
But the needs of the many outweighed the needs of the few or the one. Oh, Vulcan died. It matters. That's all that matters.
Vulcan lives matter.
I mean, did you ever really care about Spock before he died? No. What emotional investment did we have in this spook character? Spook. I forget his name.
You did a racism.
Well, anyway, it's something I said in my.
I didn't say Wrath of Coon.
Jeez.
I am not affiliated with Brad in any way, shape, or form.
Wow.
My name is Adam. Please do not demonetize me.
It's on raccoons. Talking about raccoons.
Anyway, go ahead, Jed.
And ghosts.
It's something that I said in my review. Any bit of character development, world building, story, anything like that is subject to retcon as soon as the current writer has a need for a joke. Just everything, or whatever the current moment is. The current moment is all that matters. Nothing is concrete. And they forgot that Jaden was a pacifist in this episode. He straight up picked up a rock to fight all of the fish people to save Fish Boy.
Yeah. This is a good day to die, or something
Dude,
like that.
he doesn't know the meaning of that word. He doesn't know that phrase at all. So, and honestly, dude coming at me in a skirt with stockings on, I ain't threatened.
He does not have the strength to carry that. That was a boulder. That was a small boulder. And we know it's styrofoam. But the way he picked it up, Klingons are not that. They are stronger than humans.
Yeah.
But I mean, that I was just remembering, I should have checked. There's an episode where Alexander comes back on the ship and he and Worf are having trouble. And then something happens on the ship and he's like looking at these little pet creatures. And
it's Alexander. No, that's the first Alexander episode where he gets, where it's the second one where he comes back from the parents.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's like, you need to take care of
him. You need to be a dad. You need to take care. Yeah. And Worf struggles to lift a beam off his son. Yeah. And the reason he did it was because it's like, it's my son. And it's like, the burst of adrenaline, like mother lifts a car off the child. And I remember at the end, like Riker comes in with a bar to like do leverage. And he looks at it just like, whatever, and throws it aside. I mean, that's a little bit of comedy and a drama, but.
Yeah. But that's the point, that it's Klingon stronger. And of course, swords are fun. That was a heavy sword. Swords are fun. But either way, yeah. So Klingons are stronger than humans, not as strong as Vulcans. But it's still, this dude is not a warrior. He's a pacifist. They've been cramming that down our throat for weeks now. And suddenly he's going to rush in there. You know why? Because that's his potential gay lover in there. That's why.
He didn't even fight in the last episode when the ship they were on was getting attacked by the pirates.
Yeah, when his current boyfriend was under threat.
His current boyfriend. Also, just to be clear on something, this is not the first time we've had a gay couple in Star Trek.
What? I thought they were doing the first ever.
Oh,
no, actually, Discovery.
Discovery doesn't count either.
Paul Stamets and Hugh Culber. So it was the engineer on the ship and the doctor.
Everybody was baseline bi in the future.
No, that's only one character who's non-binary and had a imaginary friend that became real.
Speaking of Gaiden and his War College boyfriend, I wanted to point something out to you guys. So we knew from Fish Boy's little pop-up from Sam's episode that he's 17, and it seems like Jaden and all of them are the same age. So I'm going to operate under the assumption that Jaden and War College Guy are 17, like that. So the character we know is 21, Caleb, has to be sent to foster parents for a few days, but the two 17-year-old gay boys are allowed to go to Aruba on their own.
Maybe they have parental permission. I don't know.
And also, why are there so many stereotypes and tropes being associated with this gay couple?
I don't know.
Because they can't think of anything original.
I mean, literally, sending them to Ibiza, it's like, well, that's clearly like, something a gay couple would do. And just like, they're being like overly, like flamboyantly gay, almost like a comic trope or something, like Cam in Modern Family. It's if you want to, I said, look, I don't care if the Klingon's gay, just make him actually be a Klingon. Because none of this is a Klingon.
No. And so how do we want to do this? Do we want to go over the adventures of Caleb and Genesis, or gay couple getaway at the wedding first?
Well, let's pick. Well,
I don't want to jump back and forth. I want to stick with one.
one.
I should have done a better job in my review of sticking with one, but I mean,
which side quest do you want to deal with?
Yeah, because I put this out. We have an A and a B plot, but which is the A and which is the B?
Isn't there a C plot, or am I just
no?
retarded?
There's no C plot. There is no C plot.
Oh my god! It felt
They're
like there was
pointless.
a third plot that I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, you know what your
to
third plot is?
time.
Taking Atara wandering around campus. There's your third plot.
She's the only adult there.
That barely. Let's quickly address. Do we know was I forgot her name. Laura Thok, Laura, whatever.
Oh wait, lesbian gym teacher.
Yeah.
Okay.
The impossible,
lady.
Yeah,
the impossible Klingon. Was she actually concerned, or was she joking? I couldn't.
No,
tell
she was concerned. She was losing her shit.
Okay, I thought.
Don't die on me. You stubbed your toe.
I need you. I can't live without you.
Oh well,
I didn't, because I was thinking about it again. I'm like, maybe she meant this as a joke, because at first she's talking about like having to stitch herself up and stitch her like innards back in her body, and then it's like a toe, and I didn't know. It's really difficult to tell sarcasm that way.
I was very confused on what the hell they were talking about at all, because there was also like, they're very sensitive parts of your body. I only have 2 of them.
Yeah, I thought she only had 2 toes.
She was limping, so it was just, first of all, the feet thing. There's somebody deranged involved with this show with the feet.
Whoever was in charge of Nickelodeon is obviously in charge of this.
All right, so gay getaway, fake marriage. So they go through the impossible wormhole that we touched on. That's just ridiculous idea that they can do that. And listen, I thought that this was going to be their coming out couple party. I really thought that's where this episode was going to go, because they did the whole they're close together tension thing. And I thought that there was going to be a stolen kiss or something. And
I thought they were going to do the battle breathing again.
I know, so did I. Now, was this me, or did Fishboy have way more mascara on than normal?
His eyes did look a little more. It looked like at one point he even had eyeshadow on, because I did a pause.
Yeah, there was a lot of eye makeup going on there, and they put the Klingon in a set. He was wearing pants, but it looked like he was wearing a dress.
I just said he's still wearing a dress.
He was wearing a dress. I mean, that was the thumbnail that I settled on. That's a thumbnail that won my A/B test for my video. It was getting the clear more traction, so I left it at that one. So they put it. Why do they need to feminize this guy so much?
Because they think it's stereotypical. It's like I said, if you wanted to be gay, fine. But they're literally doing tropes and stereotypes. I don't know why they would do that. Why would you?
Because they can't think of anything else. If it's gay, stereotypes. They can't come up with anything original.
I mean, I know gay people who are not flamboyant, who are quite masculine.
Me.
I said quite masculine.
Could help with my
but I think it does have to do with Klingons can be associated with traditional masculinity or toxic masculinity, however you want to call it in this world. So they have to demasculate.
Yeah.
Well, it's also because I think Klingons are black, ergo they're going to end up doing the usual, here's an effeminate black guy who's going to be
they love that.
the entire time.
That's a good point. The effemination, the feminization of black men. seems to
And
be.
they definitely cast the right
prevalent.
man for it.
Oh yeah.
His
that guy
interviews.
Here's the question: is Gaten a top or the bottom?
He's a bottom.
Oh, he's catching. He's catching for sure.
Did you see the Instagram video the actor put out saying that he's gotten so much love for being the first gay Klingon and that his whole life is meaning now and shit like that?
I posted that.
You must have a very sad life.
Adam, check our wormhole chat. It's in there.
It is.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I put it in there.
If that's the most.
Oh, is that the Instagram thing you linked? I didn't click on it. Okay.
Yeah, that was the Instagram one.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. No, I didn't click.
Actually,
on that yet.
if you actually have not seen Adam has. Dermy and Jed have not seen the AI constructed video that I did of the episode where he was speaking, and let's just say he at the end, instead of making the speech he does, he just makes a coming out speech.
I'm coming out. Sorry,
and he says,
I don't girls.
I am the that was included in my opening video, but at the end, it said, I do not like girls. I am like Will on Stranger Things. And then he goes, I am the Klingon who catches. I do not pitch. So
walking around in the skirt for 3 episodes now, yeah, you catch completely.
But guys, isn't it so funny that fish people wear wet clothes? They made jokes about that like 3 times.
Why are they not in fish form?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, they made a reference that the reason their clothes are like this is for traditional purposes, which is then when you learn that Vulcans also don't like cold.
It was Klingons.
Wait, Klingons, Vulcans, whichever Gaten was, he doesn't like cold
Klingon.
Because he's
there's no precedent for that.
There isn't. I mean, on Rurapente, they seem plenty fine on Rurapente.
Yeah,
they were fine. So
they just made that up for the joke. Yeah, he was going to get hypothermia from a kelp.
But they needed a reason
to get them close.
Fish Boy to very suavely put a jacket around his shoulders and have them be close.
How did his jacket rip?
Because
they forgot
about it. Doing anything.
He flexed.
And then they forgot about it. It happened and then forgot about it. It's like, we're not going to worry about it.
All I know is Gaten is also apparently a tailor.
Sure.
Well, he's into fashion. Remember, he wanted to fix him up, so it's like more
he was
tropes.
the one who was talking about the thing and then said that he could fix it.
On this planet, though, we learned that Fish Boy is going to get married because it was an arranged marriage with his best friend. So he's essentially admitting he was going to be a beard for this.
He's Prince Philip.
Yeah.
Well, and apparently arranged marriage in this planet doesn't mean engagement because he's been screwing everyone under the sun based on a few episodes ago.
Hold on.
Polymorph or whatever.
The polycule. But there's a problem with this because we have 2 different characters. We have Darum, Galactic Playboy, and then we have Beta Cuck Darum, which is which? And how did he get to be, hit anything that moves? And then we're here, he's Cuckboy. And that actually lays into a question that I have later on. Who's a bigger bitch, T'Pring or Kyra? Because both of them fucked over their fiancés.
And here's the thing. You notice again, and that's a great point. I sort of touched on that in my review. He has 2 different personalities and which one's real. But at the same time, I kind of looked at the fact that by coming home and coming to do his duty, he was doing the right thing. In my opinion. You are fulfilling your obligations to your world.
Yeah.
And then once again, Fish Boy has a chance, just like with Laser Tag, he had a chance to have an arc of learning to be taking command and learning from mistakes and coming back and being better than he was and gaining some confidence. Everybody else tells him what to do in this episode. He doesn't make a decision for himself. He gets told he's a liar by fiance, and she
deserves better from the man she had kidnapped to marry her.
Yes.
And then she says, I'm going to make you now go be in Starfleet so I can be the first solo queen ever.
I have another
That
question.
planet's doomed.
I have a thought about that.
Okay, go ahead.
What if that was her plan all along?
I don't think they're that intelligent with the writing.
I know, but again, that's why I draw the analogy to T'Pring. because T'Pring planned how to screw over Spock to get with Ston. So is she like, now I have an out? First off, I do think she wanted a subservient little bitch boy. And the way that Darren was described by Jaden, it's like, oh, wait, this guy actually has balls now. I don't know that I want an alpha male.
Wait. His stories are he played great laser tag, he led a prank war, and he walked on the hull to save her.
Well, those
that
are the
was
only
actual
thing.
move, but that's it.
That's how they became great friends. We already know they're best friends. You know how you know? Because we were told that.
Yeah.
So much tell in this episode.
I mean, with the exception of longing glances and a breathing technique, these guys have not done anything on screen together.
Mm-hmm.
There's no adventure that bonded them, which is why. Because, but during speech episode, debate club episode, Fishboy just looks longingly at it. For some reason now he just wants him. It's never established. Where did it come from?
We all know gay guys just look at each other.
Oh, jeez. I mean, just use an example, even though it's an example that we're glad didn't happen. It wasn't until Worf went through different realities that he even perceived Deanna as a possible love interest.
Mm-hmm.
After that, he explored it. So there was it was a creeping thing that kept going forward, but then they reached all good things, and they said, you know what? Let's not do this going forward. Let's abandon this. Rightfully so. Because Worf gets better. Worf gets such a much better matchup.
For a little while.
Anyway. But see, that's how it worked. That's how it works. Still too soon. Still too soon. It's always going to be too soon.
Too soon.
Listen, I once stopped a whole watch through because I hit end of season 6 and I said, I can't do this right now.
We're going to have problems next year, dude.
Oh, we're going to have a lot of problems. The meltdowns might be insane.
Oh, my God.
And I'm including myself.
Well, this is going to be some serious... there's going to be some issues giving who does what to who.
Yeah. Oh, but he's a good father and a stand-up man.
Hey, shut up! You give away the stuff.
They're not watching right now.
You don't know.
They're not allowed to watch this stream. Hitman or Fractured are not allowed to watch this stream because of spoilers. They can't be. They're not. They know. We know they're not watching because they know we might spoil something.
Fractured just to make sure that he watches.
Actually, I technically also sent the link by accident. I put it in the wrong room.
You put it in the wormhole.
It's because your profile picture comes up first, and I was just scanning the pictures and not looking at DMs. And that was the closest one. But anyway, so we've seen there's examples of precedent for people who might not have a relationship suddenly realizing, hey, maybe we should have a relationship. Maybe we should explore this. This one, oh, you had a bad day at debate club. Let's have a breathing technique. Now I want you to bend over and catch. That's it. So since then, now for 4 episodes, it's looking longingly at him because Fishboy was so upset for War College Boyfriend. He is so catty about that. It's annoying.
Listen, War College Boyfriend ended up having a fun time. We later found out that he got a fireball to the face, and I'm not really convinced that it's a fireball.
He didn't seem to be upset.
Not to an Arctic climate.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a good point. For War College Boyfriend didn't seem really upset at all that he
disappeared.
His boyfriend just vanished.
He got some strange.
God damn it! God, we're getting.
He said he took balls to the face. They might have been fireballs, but they said he took balls to the face.
Well, no, the joke was he took blows from his son because he got sunburned. That's the joke.
You really think it's that?
No,
of course not.
Fishboy was making fun of him.
Why is there?
Stop.
Why does he even have a burn? I mean, just go to the freaking sick bay.
I know, because they have to.
I'm sure they could fix a sunburn in the 31st century.
I know. Yeah, it's dermal regeneration. That's all it is. We've seen dermal regeneration. It's the most basic of what you can get in sickbay, a dermal regenerator.
They fixed the fucking toe this episode. Of course they could do that.
She almost died from that. Do not mock.
All right, so out of this whole marriage thing, it was pointless. It was pointless.
This is pointless. The episode. It's a bunch of side quests where everyone ends up where they started.
Well,
we already.
Go finish the thought. Sorry, finish the thought.
But everyone is exactly where they left off, except for Sam. I mentioned that already, but Sam's the only one who goes through a character arc, and we don't even need that. We can just assume hologram lady who was damaged got fixed between episodes. You could legitimately skip this episode and miss nothing.
I actually couldn't help it, and Jed's gonna shake his head, but I can't help it. I actually started thinking how they could have better written this episode in terms of.
I did the same thing.
In terms of a timeline, make it a few days later from the Miyazaki incident, and based upon things said in the episode, they could have gone a complete twist. So, are we done with the gay boys? Because that's it. There's
all it ends is the one chick ends up throwing fish guy out because she knows that he's gay.
Yeah,
he's super gay for Gaiden, and then they go back to the school where they're like, oh yeah, I'm still with the college guy, and Gaiden's all like, well, I also kind of want to go with the fish boy, and now they're all questioning shit. It's gay throuple.
It took all my effort during my review not to lean into the fiance's best man girl. I wanted
a little manly.
I wanted to really do some jokes about her, but for the sake of the flow of the review, I just walked away from it. She was obnoxious and terrible. She was horrible with what limited screen time we got from her. And I know I've seen that actress someplace before, and I didn't like her in the other thing I know I saw her in. So, but all right, so we're done with Gay Getaway. Other than that, as we said, the other side adventure, Caleb and Genesis. And here's where I thought, and I'm going to throw Sam into this as well, because here are my thoughts once I was done with the episode. Before we talk about it, think about what happened. So we started with Caleb complaining about you had Paul Giamatti here. Why did you press where my mom was? Imagine this. Walk with me here. Walk with me. Imagine this for an episode instead. It's only a couple days later. Caleb learns that Paul Giamatti was there, and maybe he knew something where She-Hulk mommy was. Wouldn't it have been a better character building adventure, not just for him, but for Genesis, and possibly creating a legitimate love triangle, to have them have both stolen a shuttle or something and gone off in search of Paul Giamatti for the episode and get into shit and learn stuff about each other instead of just playing toxic, not toxic.
I could buy them breaking the rules to do something like that. They're constantly breaking the rules, and at least that would
no
be
consequences of legitimacy. No legitimate
consequences. Still no consequences for anything. More Ake being a pushover. That scene you're talking about where Caleb's talking to Ake at the beginning of the episode, I hate that scene. For one thing, she's got a totally modern suitcase, something you can see everyone carrying
right there with
at
you.
the
What
airport.
Everybody had it. They're all with suitcase rollers walking to the instant teleport.
She doesn't know how to pack it, and he makes fun of her for packing shoes.
As someone who tightly packs a suitcase very carefully, I wanted to lose my mind.
It's a few day trip. You don't need a bag that big for a few day trip.
Why is it not something just like a small transporter where you just scan your clothes, transport them into it, little case, and then just drop it down and say, I need this, and it appears. It's the 32nd century. You could take your whole closet with you. And or you could just say, Apiro close them, some sort of spell, because that's all this is right now. We're just doing spells.
They have wormholes now. Why can't there be wormholes to your closet at home?
Yes.
I did enjoy the joke, though. You never wear shoes anyways.
Yeah.
Well, again, that's more the feet crap, dude.
He yells at her so much about everything, about, I'm a grown-up, I don't need foster parents, to such a degree that she relents and let him practically stay in the school alone for days. The boy who's constantly hacked into everything at every opportunity, committed actual felonies, done so much damage, you're letting him have free reign of this college, and you're surprised something went wrong.
But I will say this.
She's a pushover.
I will say this, in his defense, he was literally just going to chill. He was just going to chill. He was literally going to sit there and be a bad boyfriend and not talk to his girlfriend, who once again, not dealing properly with the fallout So Princess Tooth, she's out of her coma. We didn't have any episodes of him dealing with her in the coma. In the month she's awake, and he just won't talk to her because he has intimacy issues.
It would have been way more powerful if she was in a coma and couldn't have been moved. And, she's physically there and he's not able to bring himself to go visit her. And the episode ends with him going to finally visit her in the coma and, have a cathartic moment there.
The other thing, I think he gets cucked too in this episode.
Oh, he does.
Because he says, it's my fault that I reacted badly to you invading my mind. Mm-hmm. So it's all on me. I wanted you to see me for who I was, like I was getting to see you. And it's like, wait a minute, you should be pissed that this woman invaded your privacy.
It's
she didn't say she was going to do it.
It's the carryover from last episode where he got turned into villain for the invasion of privacy that she did.
Am I the only one that also thought that he was starting to have like relationship shit with Genesis?
Yes.
There was supposed to be a love triangle, but the show can't properly execute it because
at the end, especially.
Yeah, because Genesis for a lot of episodes has been shooting him the "I want your dick" eye. She's been shooting him that eye. So
they were supposed to have 2 different fucking love triangles in this goddamn show.
Well, there should only be
a gay one and a straight one.
No, let's be honest. Nobody cares about a gay love triangle because nobody cares about gay relationships. Let's be honest. Nobody cares. Even gay people don't care about gay relationships.
It's at least the only interesting love triangle here. And let me lay this out. Why it's interesting is because it's funny.
No.
I don't see how it's funny.
I don't see it.
Because they're all over the top and retarded.
We should have the legitimate love triangle, but here we are, 7 episodes in, and you're sort of dipping a toe in it and here's the problem, here's why it's already a bad love triangle, because you already had Caleb F. Princess Tooth.
Mm-hmm.
Love triangles work because no one's committed to anybody yet.
Or he's called her boy. Genesis calls him her boyfriend.
Yeah.
But at the end, I thought when he said, something about like forgetting about her, and it's like he kind of hints that he kind of did forget about Tarima for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I thought it's like, I kind of forgot about her because I was having fun with you. Because remember, they're on the bridge and he's like, I was getting to see this different side of you and everything. And I thought maybe they're like hinting, like maybe there is something. I was going back and forth on it, honestly, in the episode. I'm like, oh, they're going to get together. No, they're not.
Yeah, it's because then she's playing him the whole time. That's the problem.
She's a terrible person.
She is. And here's the thing, too. Here's where I'm going to go with this. We have had 7 episodes of no real character work for her at all, except she's perfect and everything. And
she's Admiral's daughter and doesn't want to be Admiral's daughter.
And here's the character work. She's afraid she's been handed everything.
Daddy issues.
But here's the problem. That could actually be an arc. It could actually be a character arc if you have somebody.
It's been done before.
If you'd had actual episodes of showing that everybody are bending over backwards and giving her easy time, and she doesn't like it, and therefore develops her inferiority complex, where I'm not good enough. I'm afraid I'm not good enough, so I'm going to work even harder and harder. But all we've heard is, as Jed says, it's just been told to us. No show. All tell, no show. And now we get the reveal. And how many times? Because we have to bring it up. She was put on captain's track. She's put on captain's track.
You shouldn't be put on a pre-command track after 1 semester of the academy.
But Jed, she's that good.
It should at best be a senior year thing, in my opinion. Maybe junior.
Junior, because you have to start.
Yeah.
You would have to start the other prerequisites.
I feel
first
like the
semester freshman year.
Kobayashi Maru would be a senior thing.
But here's the thing. So we've had no development of her for the entire season outside of everybody telling her she's great. And now her whole thing is she's upset that everybody thinks she's great. And she's afraid she's great because everybody thinks she's great. And therefore she works so hard to be great.
It's a new version of a hero's journey. Instead of she knows she's the greatest ever and everyone eventually comes to realize it. Everybody already knows she's the bestest ever. She just has to realize that she is.
Even when they're getting punished at the end there, their punishment, not punishment, it's just community service.
Which is going to be forgotten about in the next episode.
They go out of their way to still reinforce how great she is. the affirmation just continues over and over. Oh, you're already.
Caleb should hate her after what she did. She manipulated him, got close to him, and like he said, he has intimacy issues. She took advantage of that. He turned on the fucking warp core on the bridge. She could have destroyed San Francisco if she had wanted to.
How bad?
This is expel worthy.
Brad, they treated this like a parked car. First of all, the warp core is what's powering that entire facility, correct?
Technically, it's always going, but I think what they were doing is like trying to get like the warp field activated as opposed to the warp chamber.
But then they fucked that up because that's not what it said. Warp core activated. No. Impulse. You're parking. You turned on the impulse drive. Are you telling me there was no way they were going to get away with this? I don't care how good a hacker Caleb is. Somebody would be monitoring the Athena.
Yes.
You just need eyes.
How do they have access? First off, I can buy maybe they hack their way under the bridge. Even that's tough.
Hacking is just anything.
Anything.
It's magic hacking.
Yeah, it's magic.
And Tignatar only happens to walk in. She said, "I forgot my journal or whatever it was in here."
I forgot my journal somewhere. In here.
She wasn't there responding to the situation. It's just a coincidence that she was there.
No, what she should have been is what she should come in is like, what the are you two doing in here? First off,
and they have personal teleporters here, so she should have just teleported in and grabbed them.
Well, there's no way they should have any ability to activate anything.
There should be somebody on duty on the bridge.
Yeah,
this is still a starship. I don't care if it's docked. There should be somebody on duty on the bridge, a shift, a gamma shift, whatever.
And if not, you have to have the ability to access it. Are you telling me all the students now have the ability to access the command functions of the starship?
Real quick, Adam, I know this is off topic. No, it's on topic, but it's a different franchise. Remember in Gundam Seed Freedom when they were infiltrating the ship to go, take on the bad guys? There was people all over that ship still.
Yeah.
Even when it was docked and said that they can't move. People all
even at space dock, which is equivalent to what the Athena's doing, you're still gonna have people on the bridge, even if it's just one guy.
When there's always something going on, there's somebody there because every time the Enterprise was docked someplace, there's always somebody on duty. The only time they weren't on duty was when they were doing the Die Hard Picard episode where they're Baryon sweep.
The Baryon sweep. Well, they also Star Trek 3. The ship was
it was about to be decommissioned. That was the problem. So
that's true.
It was the Enterprise.
It was off duty. Yeah, that one's I think is fair.
Yeah, that there was nobody there because who's going to take this broken ship right now? Oh, the
Tignatara is not one officer is not enough to handle a ship like that.
Holly Hunter says this Professor Tignatara is going to be wandering around campus.
Wait, here's another thing, guys. So we've all attended some form of education.
No.
Okay. No one's went to college.
Too much.
Too much.
Too much. I've been there too much.
So we've done like spring break and everything. Is the entire campus empty?
No.
I mean, there may be some teachers there. There may be some staff.
There's still administrators. Yeah.
There's still administration. There's still staff.
Well, remember, everything's done by holograms now. Remember, nurses holograms, security's holograms. Everything's holograms now.
But even during
where are the holograms paying attention to things in this one?
The problem is the reality and factual situations of the real Star Trek world are getting in the way of the story they want to tell. Which is basically, honestly, when you get right down to it, it's like just dudes being like put in their place this episode again.
How many? All the men. I mean, once again, you had Caleb, the focus of a physical joke where the warp slug bite makes his ears grow big.
The warp slug.
I hate the warp slug.
What the fuck is a warp slug?
Okay.
They think warp speed is faster than light travel. That's not what warp fucking is. It's not moving the speed of light or faster.
Well, I think maybe they just call it a warp slug, but there are definitely creatures that have the ability to travel at faster than light speeds. I would point out Gomtu. Tin Man.
He still makes a field around him or whatever. This slug is just
what was the Galaxy's Child when Leah Brahms found out about Geordi's little
sour the milk.
hollow that little thing that
the
flashed onto
bioorganic ship.
There are creatures out there that can clearly move fast, but calling it a warp slug, literally having it power up and zip across the room. If it would, why doesn't it go through the window at that speed?
Because I think they're saying warp, and they don't mean warp. Basically, they mean like it's like the Flash. It's like Barry Allen.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Because it's
and
like
it's just as a joke. It's just what? Do you think it's a warp slug? Wow, it is a warp slug.
And
logic, character development, everything is subject to the joke at the moment.
Yeah.
Speaking of some jokes, so you had this, while she's getting her toe fixed, you had this long line of drip coming down. And I started thinking, like, I think that's kind of looking inappropriate there.
And I'm thinking the exact same thing.
How does she not recognize that there's a frozen line of gloop right above her?
She's very concerned about her big toe.
And she's listening to her gym teacher.
Tig Notaro thinks she's the funniest person in the world.
You're not wrong.
She had only one good role. And again, it was in a sitcom where she was in like 3 episodes as a bartender. That was it. And I think that was New
She's
Girl.
Terrible.
Not funny. Not funny. But the whole thing, and Brad is right, everything about this show, and it's been this way for a lot of episodes now, it's women emasculating men and tearing them down and just leaving them to be worthless. I mean, what does Caleb do in this episode besides get essentially led around by Genesis, get told he's this and that by her, and get used by him? And then did you catch them holding hands in Captain Hunter's office?
Oh, I saw. You're right. When they kind of got close to there, yeah.
When they're trying to cover for each other.
Uh-huh.
And Aki's just like, some community service.
200 hours.
I really think that we should just put you back in community service. I mean, you broke into the bridge, and then you falsified your records. Why don't you clean some toilets?
Yeah, that's expel worthy or prison worthy. Caleb has shown a repeated history of hacking into everything, into Starfleet records, into cores. Like, there's no piece of information that he's not willing to hack. That is a liability.
Listen, Genesis's altering of her records, she should not be anywhere near a command at all. That should be a permanent mark on her record. You are untrustworthy.
Aki said we don't care about recommendations that much. It's not the recommendation that matters. It's the dishonesty that should matter.
Mm-hmm. It's the lie. In fact, there was an episode, which we all recall, where the lie by cadets was
just
awful.
Saw that one. Mm-hmm.
That was TOS, right?
No, it's TNG.
TNG.
I mean,
that is a Wesley
well,
episode.
obviously the tragedy is awful, but the cover-up is what made it worse, because that was betraying what Picard said is the first duty. The first duty of a Starfleet officer is to the truth.
And it's actually a great foundation episode because the Bajoran chick comes back. She gets
Cedo. That's right. I was thinking about Cedo too.
Yeah, she has a redemption arc, but it ends up getting her killed.
Yeah. We should let Hitman watch that episode again.
Anyway, so what do we learn from Caleb and Genesis? Genesis is great. She's still going to be great. Caleb,
you can get away with whatever you want.
Get away with everything. And you're just going to get frowned at. I hate
that's what I think is the overall message of this show, is that there are no consequences to anything. Do whatever you want all the time. Mm-hmm. That's the only consistent thing about this show.
And wouldn't now to bring this back, I'm going to circle back to this. Wouldn't it have been actually a good attempt to build Sam's character instead of just crying about being an emissary, to actually show her losing her shit with glitches?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been great. That's humanization, realizing that for this immortal being of light, that there is finality to it. The episode which I just watched in TNG was the two-parter where they went back to the 1800s with where they met Mark Twain. Data immediately accepts the mortality. They found his severed head in the cave, and he's like, it actually gives my life a lot of meaning knowing that I have that. It
makes me more human.
It makes me more human. And everyone can't understand why he's so seemingly detached about it, but he's honestly excited about it. It's like, wow, I can experience death just like all of you.
The real problem is, and it's part of the thing that I pointed out as to why I thought family as an episode worked and this did not, because I do think there are some analogies there. It's because, again, we had 3 years to develop those characters. We are trying to get so much shoved in on 10 episodes. And these episodes are what, $10, $12 million each? So this is $120 million being spent on these episodes. I don't know where this is. There's some scheme going on here. I don't know what it is, but I don't know where the money's going. Maybe it's going to Somalia. Who the hell knows?
Who knows?
But it's just, there was a time when you'd have 20 to 26 episodes in a season and the characters would be developed. This is, like I say, just a fire hose. They would have had an episode for each person.
We've been back and forth on this one. I disagree. It comes down to writing. They're just freaking incapable of creating good, compelling characters within the time slot that they have. Again, the best example is always going to be Night of the Seven Kingdoms, where you have 6 episodes of like 30-minute episodes, 40-minute episodes, and they have so much character development throughout that entire time. So it's just writing caliber at the end of the day. They don't give a shit. They just want to do the and then expect you to
and wrap it up an agenda. And just and code it with the gayness and the feminism and all that crap. They
don't want to take the time to do a great episode. Yeah, I know that Jed did TNG, but I'll take it to Stargate, where you have Teal having to grapple with the fact that he no longer has a symbiote.
Oh man,
and is having to he feels weaker and he feels like he's less than, and he's being called. Everybody's around him saying he's the best warrior ever, and yet he is falling behind, and he has to stand up for himself.
But it was just a confidence issue.
Yeah,
because by the end of that episode, he's kicking ass when he fights the albino Taskmaster and kicks his ass. I love that episode. That's what I love. I love everything about that episode. It's one of my favorite episodes. Such a good episode. But yeah, so it is a lack of ability to write characters, and not realizing. We've referenced it many times. You had a chance to do a fallout of a trauma, and you move your story along a month away from it, which means you don't understand the weight of the situation you even set up to have people deal with loss and deal with things that are broken around them and maybe actually move a story along. But nope, we're going to fuck around.
As much as I don't like this 2-part episode, Hero in Stargate, the Hero part 1 and part 2, as much as I don't like it because
it's such a powerful episode though.
It is.
Is that the one with Fraser?
Dr. Fraser dies.
Yeah, with Dr. part 2 though, I think is better than part 1. And my big issue was with the documentary guy. I despised him.
Paul Rubinek. Oh, I love Saul Rubinek. He's a good actor. I love Saul Rubinek.
He's a good actor. I just didn't.
Well, here's the thing: the first episode wants to make me the bad guy, but then by part 2, it's wait a minute. No, he really does want to do the right thing and document what's going on here, so that someday the world can know the good stuff that was going on.
He is a bad guy. He stole data.
I'll also
wrong series.
I'll also say it's partially generational because he has this big hard-on for journalism, and well, fuck them all. Anyways, back to the point. They dealt with that trauma perfectly, where you're wondering who died. And
it was
realize who died.
Drawing along was it Jack? We didn't know, and then that final shot of the video, and you just see Janet just get blasted off screen from a staff blast. Just woof, and the reaction
sucked.
Was just whoa. And she's just gone.
A character that was just there from the beginning that you
thought
was never
second
sort
season.
Of there.
Yeah, second season.
Second season? I thought she was.
Yeah, there was a different.
I think she started second season.
There was a male doctor in charge.
She's been there.
First season because of Hathor. Hathor was the first season episode.
You're right. She wasn't in charge She wasn't in charge yet, though. She didn't.
Yeah.
Get put in charge.
Yeah, but she's been there for so long, and then all of a sudden she's just snuffed out, and then you retroactively go back and you see that they were dealing with that trauma of somebody that they loved. That was a great part of the series.
Oh, I mean,
and they get to that amazing video that the guy did make, and it kind of makes you want to cry a little bit.
Oh, it's great.
Well,
And
I think the go ahead.
Sorry. No, go, Dominic Parker for £2. I'll shut you out on Thursday to Critical Jiggle. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dominic, and thank you for being here. And thank you for the £2. Go ahead, Jed. Sorry.
Well, I think the point is, with talented writers, this episode was their best opportunity to write their best episode. Because yes, the last episode wasn't great. We didn't like that one. They coded it in action and people fawned all over it because it was a little bit more fast-paced than the rest of the show. But dealing with trauma, the responses to it, that's when a good writer, just like you said, Adam, dealing with the direct fallout of it, you can write some of the most memorable episodes of television, like we've been talking about with Stargate and Star Trek. This was their shot to make their best episode, and they immediately move past it for everyone. And Sam's the only one who changed, like I keep mentioning, off screen. Everybody else, oh yeah, we're sad, he's sad, we're all sad. 5 seconds later, completely distracted.
Imagine this for if they'd done this right. The one person out of our main cast who had any relationship with War College Vulcan was Princess Tooth, who's in a coma. And she hadn't had a chance to deal with it yet. Imagine going through the whole episode and then having her waking up and then following her dealing with it. Her and someone who actually she could consider a friend. The only
Even
person.
if you have to interlay some like flashbacks to just who this character was,
You'd
to
have
understand
to.
like
You'd have
how
to.
important he was to everybody. Show him off as maybe being more of a leader and a kind of charismatic. And even though he was a Vulcan, he had some sort of like a soft, kind side to him. Even though all we've ever seen of him is him being a jackass.
And that would develop War College, and she's emotionally unstable because of everything that's going on. That sounds like a great episode.
Imagine having an episode. Imagine if they had taken the time to do one episode of everybody else outside her, and then an episode of her trapped in her mind, dealing with her grief because she's a betazoid, and she's maybe still feeling the thoughts of everybody else around her, and it's warping her reality, and she's trying to struggle back to consciousness. Wow! Imagine if you wrote an episode like that, dealing with loss. I mean, let's go to season 7 TNG, Luoxana suppressing the death of her firstborn daughter.
That's right.
Imagine that. Well, we've seen it done. The lengths to which a betazoid will mentally suppress trauma, and how much they willingly will try. Luoxana was trying to off herself in that episode. Let me die. Let me die. Leave me alone.
A similar thing occurs actually in Picard season 3.
Yeah.
Similar.
Yeah.
A similar fucking thing kind of occurs in King of the Hill. I'm not even joking. When there's a Christmas special where Bill is having to deal with the fact that, you know, he's alone and everything, and that his wife has left him. So he starts going through this trauma loop of where he's starting to pretend like he is Lenore. Starts dressing up feminine and stuff, and it takes Hank having to say she's gone and she's not coming back to get him to snap out. That's a comedy doing it.
But there are good ways to do this, but this show, I mean, it already does a massive disservice to itself and to the IP it's wrecking constantly every day by existing. But you don't realize the actual story material, the actual concepts you set up with your own garbage to actually do something compelling. No, a month and everybody's fine. Let's have gay couples swing around and girl boss a dude, and nobody suffers for their consequences because there's a meteor shower.
It's so pretty.
Well, because they start wanting to make it. I've said like Riverdale's better, CW's better. They are really trying to also interlay this with like a Riverdale CW high school drama, where at the end they have like this, oh, look at all these side adventures and them dealing with trauma and just ways that they're not really dealing with trauma. And then look, here's a acoustic, I can't say the word, but here's a guitar solo with somebody singing like
more modern day music injected into Star Trek, and it just makes you just cringe.
These writers have no creativity to imagine a life 50 years in the future, let alone 1,000.
But look,
everything has to be the same.
They're all smiling and all buddy while they're watching the stars fall.
I'm suddenly remembering some part from Family Guy where they're doing a joke about teen dramas, and it's like, teen issues matter. At the end, it's just like a little clip, and it's like they're trying to manufacture drama out of something there's no drama about. There's an actual opportunity for there to be legitimate drama in students, cadets learning the responsibilities of becoming officers.
Yeah.
There's actual good stuff there. Like Robert Meyer Burnett said, make it like The Paper Chase. Make it about the conflict is not Paul Giamatti. The conflict is like a Vulcan professor who is so stern that he basically becomes Snape.
Well, didn't they
That's
say
the bad guy
that this was supposed to be Star Trek meets Harry Potter?
I don't
meets X-Men First Class.
Where is any of those elements here? It's just
the transporting is very magical, and the X-Men part comes with we have Tarima going Dark Phoenix. So I mean, you know,
and and also your hyposprays are they have cone of cold.
Mm-hmm.
So where's Lord Voldemort? I make that joke, but that was how this was being pitched. Where is it? It's Paul Giamatti. Man, he's very much a Voldemort
he's
character.
So boring as a villain. I thought he might be the best part of it, but he's a nothing burger.
I think he's a nothing burger because they haven't really done much with him outside of like 2 episodes. So far, he's the best part of at least the 1 episode that I've seen with him. That's just because it's Paul Giamatti chewing scenery. That's just him being him.
Yeah. So
he's a great actor, and he's demeaning himself with this shit.
Oh yeah. This is
I really love him in,
he should not.
He deserves better.
NWA.
Yeah, he should not be a part of it.
As an actual Star Trek fan, that's the worst part. He loves Star Trek.
It's the same reason I said that Stellan Skarsgård shouldn't have been doing Andor. It's a waste of talent to have great actors do shit.
Yeah, but at least Skarsgård portrayed a great character. I mean, that was a good character in that story. Paul Giamatti's character is a joke.
Yeah.
Dash, I could write a better Star Trek episode, and I barely know Star Trek.
All right, so here we are. This was episode 7. We got 3 left to go. Where is this show going?
Nowhere.
All right.
I mean,
we got one.
The finale is going to be about She-Hulk,
and we got one.
Yeah,
for this season though.
Shoki.
We're gonna get Mama She-Hulk. She's got to show up at the season finale. She's gonna show up.
Oh, I know what she's gonna be. She's gonna be a bad guy.
She's gonna go.
She's gonna challenge. She's gonna challenge Caleb, who suddenly wants to be in Starfleet.
You guys are giving the show too much credit.
Oh, here's the other thing.
She's not going to show up until the very end.
No, here's the other thing too. Caleb's turnaround to being all on for being part of Academy, that's had 0 real development. He's just suddenly, I'm afraid I'm going to get expelled. 5 minutes ago, you were happy to get expelled. Shut up. They have not worked on that enough to him being full on Starfleet. They haven't done enough for that. None of it. Nothing's earned in this show. Nothing is earned.
I said this when I first came on the show for episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't watched the previous 3 episodes, and I still don't feel like I need to watch the previous 3 episodes.
Oh, you should.
I feel like
you can experience pain.
Nothing. There's no connective issue because
you're not missing much. I mean, we've already told you the prologue. That would be about all you need.
No, Dukat is one of the greatest television villains of all time. Dukat is a masterclass in villainy, right there.
Dukat,
that he is the bad guy. Gul Dukat. Gul Dukat
DS9
is incredible because it builds slowly with careful layering, and then in that final
and a charismatic actor.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Marco Lamo's amazing.
Despite under all the makeup.
And in that final season, the evil he does.
I mean, think about like the secondary characters in DS9 who are amazing. You got Andrew Robinson, who kills it every time as Garrick. Jeffrey Combs, Wayoon.
Yeah.
Brunt.
Multiple Wayoons.
Multiple Wayoons. One Brunt. Also, we saw him the first time the other week as a creepy guy wanting to make Kira prawn.
We all
the
want
prawn
Kira.
program.
I want my Kira prawn. I want it all. I want all the prawn.
I want it all.
I'm looking forward to getting to the Cardassian episode with the lights in Picard. There are 4 lights. That's the next one I'm really looking forward to. I think I'm close. I'm in season 6, so
that is
close.
Yeah, that season.
And Ronnie Cox is fantastic, and he makes Deanna wear a uniform.
Ronnie Cox. Listen. Jellicoe did nothing wrong.
Nope.
Jellicoe did nothing wrong. That's the only time Ronnie Cox is not an evil bastard, except for Beverly Hills Cop. It's the only time he's not an evil bastard. Every other time, evil bastard, because that's what he did. Anyway, listen, Senator Kinsey.
Oh, fuck, Senator Kinsey.
That's Ronnie Cox, Derby. That's Ronnie Cox.
I know. I hate Senator Kinsey. I hate him so much.
You're supposed to.
You're supposed
yes.
to.
Well, one thing that Stargate has affirmed to me is bureaucracy is awful, and I hate it all.
That is the one political opinion I will gladly say online is I hate bureaucracy.
Yeah. Oh, listen, it gets worse. You're getting the latest season. It only gets worse. They don't try to choke the SGC more.
Hey, I don't know how he does it because I was introduced, obviously, because I saw Hero and I'm in Atlantis now. I did see Robert Picardo in Stargate, and I know he goes to Atlantis, and now I'm because I had that little I know he goes here. I saw him here. He was a dick, and now he's not. And I've already seen his character.
It's a great character. It's a great character.
I want. This is the one bureaucrat that it's like I want to see where you go because I'm so
season
curious.
5.
He is a good actor. He's just an insane person these days.
He's lost his mind.
He was
I mean, look,
episodes of Stargate, and I'm already like, I want to know where you're going with this, bro.
Look, he is a victim of a very awful thing that's happening in this country. It's a victim of fascism.
We're seeing it in the streets every day.
Fascism. Everyone talks about it every day on TikTok freely. How much of a fascist nation we live in.
You have to understand. Andor was telling us it was happening right in front of our eyes.
And Tony's confirmed that.
Tomorrow we'll talk about that on Roundtable. Anyway. Well, you don't have to be there. You're not part of the Roundtable.
Well, I'm not even going to talk about it on my own channel.
I have to. I've been stewing on it for a couple of days now, and it's actually reached the point where people are paying attention to how retarded it is. So I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. Anyway, so with 3 weeks ago, where does this show go? With 3 weeks ago, do we have any idea? Because even though Star Trek in its inception is not serialized, it is now. Like everything else, it's serialized. DS9 made it, Voyager made it, Enterprise did it. So we are here now. So there's no story here.
No, there is.
Gay?
Holly Hunter's gonna get
at some point. This Brock is
gay. Holly Hunter's gonna get with Caleb's mom.
What?
I thought she was going to get with Paul Giamatti, but it would be
out of
funny.
My ass right now. But I think it's going to happen because
stream over.
I do think she's going to hook up with somebody by the end.
Oh, well, she almost hooked up with her ex-albino Klingon lover, but they
the albino Klingon lover, the dean of the War College, maybe She-Hulk, Paul Giamatti. One of them.
Commander, not captain of the War College. He's not.
He's going to lick tea off her toes.
Maybe he'll do that. That's all he wants.
To be fair, he probably. You know what? I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to put that in
the
guy's head.
Stop right there. All right. I think we've beat this one to death for another week.
There's nothing to beat on.
Somehow we got over an hour for this pointless episode.
And also, it was a pointless, boring episode. I mean, we found things to talk about in our reviews, but it was really criticizing the quality than the story. That was most of my criticism. So because there wasn't even any lore to criticize this week. It was just garbage. Now, I don't know what's coming next week yet. I have no idea, but we'll deal with that when it happens. So let's go around the horn. Sarah farewells, so I can eat some dinner and play some more Voyager. Brad, what are we doing tomorrow?
We're going to be watching an episode for Wormhole Watch, and I'm trying to remember which one it is.
It's bad.
I know it's bad. I just don't remember. Wait, this is Bareil.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Oh, crazy. Hitman's going to be conflicted.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going to go on.
Yeah, this is the peace treaty one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of. It's got important story points, but it's not a good episode.
It's not a good. It's like there's good lore stuff, but develops later on, but the story's just not well told.
It gets points for lore. That's all it's going to get. It gets Latinum for me for lore, but other than that,
and that's still not going to be much on the table. Otherwise, go watch my review of this episode. I published it 4 hours ago. I'm already over 150 views. That's actually pretty good for me. I'm going to try to get maybe tonight another Latinum Lounge done, where we talked about the 3rd episode of Starfleet Academy. before we started watching DS9. Otherwise, I'll try to be back here next week, assuming nothing happens on Saturdays. And you can also find me Wednesdays on Joker Voices channel for Wednesday Night is Overbooked, and on Static 2020 channel Thursday nights for the weekend pregame, where we get tortured with horrific TikTok videos that are cringy as hell.
And real quick, before we go to Jet, we had a tip from Anonymous for $4.20 on Stream Elements. This show might be called Star Trek, but it isn't Star Trek. Very true. To whoever sent that tip, thank you for the 420. Yeah, it's not. And no, we did. The mopping. It was. I don't know why they're mopping. I don't know why they're mopping. Everything is done with cleaning is done with basically static electricity now. At this point, you don't. You dissolve it all.
Or just open up a portal.
Menial labor. Remember, menial labor.
The more I watch Stargate and the more I watch the show, the more I'm terrified about the Stargate reboot.
And you should be. Even though Malotzi and a lot of the original people are involved, you should be afraid. But we got 2 years before they crank that shit. They're first going to England to start filming next year. So be afraid. At best, right now, I'm hoping just don't damage the lore. Just don't damage the lore.
Go to a new galaxy. Go to a new galaxy.
Anyway,
Jed, convince Amanda to come out of retirement.
Jed, when you're not in a fugue state, what are you doing?
Well, everyone can find me on Endless Frontiers on YouTube, and just over an hour and a half now, the recorded edition of Saturday Night Drive-In will go live on my channel. The link's actually already up for the premiere, where Adam and I talk about Mrs. Doubtfire. So you can check that out on my channel or his at 9 p.m. tonight. And then for the rest of the week, tomorrow night, as long as I'm feeling up to it, around 7 p.m., I will be doing Story Forge, which is where I take the chat choose your own adventure segment of my Rider Flight podcast and start to write it out for everyone. We have a weird one this week that you guys paid for. You guys wanted this one. It's where Santa's actually the devil, and he sends a demon cosplaying as a Christmas elf back in time to steal the manger from the nativity so that Christianity doesn't make Christmas, that it's only about Santa. And then there's a war in North Pole hell between the angels and Santa.
Is it Satan Claus?
It's basically, so right now it's called Santa's Claus is what these short stories called.
Okay.
We'll see if that name sticks. They can replace it for that one. But it's definitely one of the weirdest short stories that they've had me do. So as long as I'm feeling up to it, and my wife especially, she actually just started to show symptoms for the same thing I have today. So we might need to push it back because she does some great artwork for those streams as well. So tentatively Story Forge tomorrow night at 7 p.m. after Roundtable. Then Monday, the Rider Flight back in its normal spot at 2 p.m. Eastern. Later on that night, Jump Space at 7:30. Unfortunately, then Saturday, we'll have Starfleet Academy Episode 8 review. So tune into Endless Frontiers to check that all out.
Dermot.
Yep.
Pimp your shit.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jeremy Wormy of Jeremy Wormy. I'll be going live here at about 8 p.m. I'm going to be going back. It is the return of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because I discovered a whole terabyte on my PC and I've just been downloading games and I kind of want to play Rebirth.
Where'd you leave off?
I was because I turned it on just to see that the terabyte would actually work. I am in the first time you go to Gold Saucer. So I am in the room right now. I remember a little bit of where I left off because I do know the president's cousin was there because he was excited to go there, and you're in his room right now.
Yeah. Did you play any of the games yet?
Any of the games?
The Gold Saucer games?
No.
Okay.
I've not had a chance to do any of that. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight.
Some are going to be working, and some will be offline until you come back later. So you come back again later, so don't worry if some things are.
I will say prior to me doing that, I'm going to do a meme. Other than reacting to another AI music video about VTubers, Shoe Head put out a video, and because I like to react to VTubers and a lot of VTuber people react to Shoe Head, I'm going to react to Shoe Head and see what her latest video is. So
I don't know a word that you just said, but okay.
You don't know who Shoe Head is?
No, why would I?
No.
She's a
She's
a female political commentator who's like 30. She's hot as fuck.
She's attractive. Attractive.
No. Anyway, I I read my news. I don't really watch it. Anyway, okay. As for me, we're going to take a short break here. I'm going to have some dinner. I can't say exactly what time, but just like Jed said, at 9 p.m., you will have the uploaded version of Saturday Night Drive and Mrs. Doubtfire. But some point this evening, maybe around the same time, maybe a little bit before, I will be going back for more Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown, the third Stardate 3. I'm calling them Stardates. I like it doing that way. Stardate 3. We are in Sector 5, I think. We're in Sector 5. And our warp core is just broken. We have to go make a deal with some of Neelix's friends to get the warp core fixed. And I just upgraded to level 4 too. I worked so hard to get my warp core to level 4, and they just took it away from me. So now I gotta go. I'm low on deuterium. People are unhappy. We need food, but now I got to jump systems right away before I can even search for anything because I don't want to get into the shit because I'm low on energy now because I have a lot of energy output needs. All right? You understand? And I did kill Tuvix. Fuck that guy. Anyway.
I was about to ask you kill him.
Listen, they 3 times. They tried to convince me not to kill Tuvix 3 times because he's a trophy. He is an accessible character. At some point, I'm going to have to not kill him so I can get the trophy. But
Tuvix must die.
Tuvix must die. He's an obnoxious bastard. So yeah, I did kill him this time around though. He had to die. Had to go. Anyway, but so now we're gonna have some more fun. We're having a great time. The time flies while you're playing that game. You don't realize, oh shit, 4 hours have gone by. Wow. All right, so you can join that later. You'll get that. I'll probably put up at least half an hour before we go live with that. Anyway, otherwise, thank you, everybody. You know what? Let me do this before we go. You guys have been great today, and the month is almost over, and I haven't had a chance to use them. So let me. That's not the right button. That's not the right button. Hang on. Being retarded. Give me a second here. Somebody say something. Don't say it like that.
You just told me to say something.
Yeah, but don't make it gay.
I said it was okay that you were being retarded. You told me to say something.
You lisped it.
What? Why don't you? What are you going to sing for us next week, Jeremy? Is it
Taylor Swift?
Yeah, next week we will have Dermy karaoke on Ballbusters, and Dermy will be singing to us. Okay, because you guys have been great, here are 5 gifted memberships because I can give out 10 a month. Here's 5 gifted memberships. So thank you guys for hanging out. We appreciate everybody being here. Hit those like buttons. Links to everybody's channels are in the description below, and we will see you guys next week. Until then, take it easy, everybody.